the Roosters. That player we just saw on screen, Zahara Tamara, one of the leading players in NRLW, a player to watch this afternoon. The Roosters, the defending champions, as we get underway, and a kickoff flirting with the touchline again, but Olivia Koenig has it and driven back. How do the Roosters this season handle becoming the hunted? Things very well last week in round one of the competition. One player to keep an eye on for the Roosters this afternoon is Sammy Bremner at fullback. We saw her as she's got the ball in hand, giving a pass away to Tongatuki. Saw her with Darren Lockyer prior to the game. Great having her back in NRLW. John Strange has this Roosters team absolutely humming. They're playing some great football and very entertaining to watch. This is one of the key matchups of the season. The Roosters and the Broncos. Sarah Tongatuki playing the ball inside Brisbane's territory. Racine McGregor, a former Bronco, getting a kick away. And Jamie Chapman playing on the wing this afternoon for the Broncos. Now you see, just going off screen there in jersey number 20, Hayley Maddock playing for the Broncos this afternoon. She's at fullback. There's a strong hit. You like that one, Roo?
I absolutely did, Saltsy. Good afternoon, and it looks like that one rattled Julia Robinson a little bit. It was Keely Joseph straight over the top. Some heavy contact, but I've seen a couple of really good tactical starts from both sides. Broncos got some joy last week with that short kickoff against the Knights, and the Roosters ensuring they try and get out at those halves with a big, hard-running middle forward and flipping a middle.
Oh, what about that hit? Keely Joseph. Here's Caitlin Phillips. I'll get back to talking about Hayley Maddock for Brisbane very soon, because Brisbane on the last inside Roosters territory. That kick off the side of the boot and will go out on the full, so the Roosters will get play the ball. 10 short of the halfway. Yeah, Hayley Maddock in jersey number 20 playing fullback for the Broncos this afternoon. Roo didn't play last week in Newcastle in the loss against the Knights because she was playing for Queensland in the touch football carnival in Coffs Harbour, the state of origin touch football, and they had a win. She's a lively customer.
She certainly is. We saw a little bit out of her last year where she jumped out. She's really got great footwork. She's nice and fast through the middle too, so I expect her to try and sniff around if Lenarduzzi can get her arms free. But a penalty there against the Broncos, a flop in the play the ball, and the Roosters getting themselves into nice good ball territory early.
They certainly are. Just Surges waiting for the football, and now we're back underway. This is a good platform here for the Roosters. Maya Hill Moana tackled by three of the Broncos there, including Chelsea Lenarduzzi. Sarah Tongatuki, that is a good charge. A good tackle in the end from Amber Hall. Great chance here for the Roosters. McGregor just holding up the pass. It all came undone there in the end. It was off the back of a Roosters player. It was. So Lacey McGregor first to get to the football and play on here at tackle 3. Keely Joseph now. Big run from her, 10 metres away from the line. Destiny Brill goes to Racine McGregor. Zahara Tamara. Nice ball there to Isabel Kelly, but she stopped. Jamie Chapman with a good tackle. Tamara. Good kick, got away from Maddock, and she's got to make a play at it. The Broncos fullback. Good football from the Roosters.
Well, good defence as well from the Broncos. Came up with some strong contact on Isabel Kelly. Close to the line is so hard to stop. So really great defensive read there by Chapman. And things got a little bit awry in that last play for the Roosters, but they got the kick away, and Destiny Brill made the most out of it. Lockie, what's it like down on the sideline?
Well, when the cloud cover's over, it's nice. When the sun's out, it's quite warm, but we see the drop out here. They're going to do well to hold the Roosters out here, the Broncos, but 19 degrees, it's beautiful, really. Great conditions, and the field, it looks amazing, so we should see plenty of football being used this afternoon.
Keely Joseph for the Roosters. 10 away from the line. Brill to McGregor, Bremner to Surgis, and came unstuck. She was through that hole there too, just Surgis.
She certainly was. They're finding some space out on those edges there of the Broncos, and unfortunately the last couple of times it just hasn't quite gone to plan for the Tricolours, but good signs for them. At the Broncos, they just keep holding on, and Julia Robinson, after that heavy contact earlier, comes up with a really good set restart.
And then put on her back, and who was in there? Destiny Brill. If you haven't watched too much NRLW, keep an eye on the Roosters number 9, one of the, I was about to say future stars of the game, but she already is, even though she's still very young.
She's very young, but she's so physical, she's so strong, and Sophie Hollyman there just got caught in an awkward tackle. She was strong for the Broncos last week, I thought.
Good debut for her last week. There's a nice offload, something we're used to seeing from Amber Hall to Chelsea Lenarduzzi. And now Brisbane get a chance to make their way into Roosters territory. Taryn Aiken, look out if she's running like that. Now that's off a Rooster. That'll be a double knock on, says Casey Badger, so the Broncos will get a scrum feed.
Well, smart play there by the Bronx. They got that offload, which we know that's when they play their best football. And then they just shot down that left edge. And it was a good tackle by Keely Joseph that actually slowed down the play the ball. But, you know, continuing this raid, they're going to go for a midfield scrum. This is where they're most dangerous. But it's Taryn Aiken who went with the ball in hand. She's so good on her feet. She can find nice little half gaps. And that one just came off a Rooster's hand first there. So midfield scrum here for the Bronx.
Maddock fed the scrum. There's Brigginshaw going to Aiken. What about the step? Stepping everywhere. That is some good defence, though, in the end. Talisha Harden, one of Brisbane's best last week. That just crept up a little high there from Keely Joseph. Talisha wanted to take the quick tap.
Wait for her to get onside, Nina.
She was ready to go, wasn't she? It was Keely Joseph. It was high contact, not much in it, but definitely deserved a penalty. But the Broncos, they want the 4 points here. They're not willing for the 2.
Well, all they've done so far this afternoon, Brisbane, is defend. Now they're on the front foot. Harden to Aiken. Taryn Aiken almost getting there, and the ball came out. Was that a strip there from Sammy Bremner?
I thought it was Olivia Koenig. Just
coming
hanging
across.
on to the arms, and the ball came tumbling free. Hopefully we'll get to watch this one on replay because it was last gasp effort. Taryn Aiken again just showing her worth there. Koenig and Bremner combining to come up with that try-saving tackle because, let's face it, she was going to get there.
Yeah, that's good play. It is a knock-on from Taryn Aiken, so the Roosters will get the scrum feed, but Sammy Bremner coming across. Oh, it's great having her back in the competition. Such a lively customer is Sammy Bremner. Sahara Tamara playing the ball. Just outside the 20 now through Shania Power. And certainly break a game wide open. Either of these two Roosters back rowers, both Shania Power and Olivia Koenig, had great seasons in the previous season earlier this year. Maya Hill-Moana. Amber Hall, Talisha Harden getting her down. Destiny Brill. Racine McGregor. There's Zahara Tamara. It's a kick downfield. It'll go into touch. Just outside the 40.
Just outside. I was just getting the update from Middo next to me, and he said just outside. It was a lovely placed kick there by Zahara Tamara. She's obviously thinking tactically, trying to get her team on the front foot, trying to mount more pressure on the Broncos.
And Roo, just to explain too, because I know we get a lot of new viewers to NRLW, that it is a 40-30, in case people are wondering what are you talking about, because it was nowhere near the 20. It is a 40-30 in NRLW. And we are playing 35-minute halves. Still no score after 9 minutes. Hollyman. Good charge. Maya Hill-Moana, one of the defenders there for the Roosters. Along with Joseph. Here's Talisha Harden. Ali Brigginshaw now. Ball in 2 hands. Amber Hall gets an offload away. Back to Brigginshaw. Second phase here for Brisbane. Chelsea Lenarduzzi. She loves an offload. Almost got the arm free. Plays the ball. Now Aiken throwing dummies. is looking to chime in. Aiken will play it. Last one here for Brisbane. Brigginshaw, heaps of time. Puts it high. Now the Roosters, they take that one well. Sideline, Darren Lockyer.
Yeah, well, the Broncos, I reckon, got a lot of confidence out of their goal line defence earlier when the Roosters had back-to-back sets, and they just seem to be running with a bit more purpose, the Bronx, and the Roosters' line speed is a little bit down. But a penalty for the Roosters here, that was, I think they needed that, but yeah, both teams they're really just feeling each other out at the moment, and once it settles down, it'll come down to the smaller players.
I agree, Lockie. I think Taryn Aiken has put everybody on notice this afternoon. She, with that ball in hand, her footwork has been just carving up the edge there. Keep an eye on her as this game progresses and we get more tired bodies running through the middle. You
get the impression, Roo, that the coach of the Broncos, Kelvin Wright, has given Taryn Aiken the green light to run the ball whenever she wants this afternoon.
Carte blanche.
Destiny Brill goes here to Tongatuki. What a start to the game she's having. The Roosters front rower. Racine McGregor. Look out. Gets a good pass away to Bremner, but it was well read there by Amy Turner. Down low did well. Brisbane, they're on the back foot here now. Keely Joseph. Caitlin Phillips hangs on, but plenty of Broncos inside the 10.
Yeah, and just to let everybody understand at home, we don't, in the NRLW, we don't have the 6 again rule, so it is always going to be a penalty if something like this pops up. And the Roosters, again, they want to go for the 4 points as well.
Maya Hill-Moana, 5 metres away from the line. Destiny Brill to dummy half. Big chance here for the Roosters. There's a loose ball, and Brisbane get to it first. But was there a knock-on from Brisbane? There was, says Casey Badger.
Well, we just heard it there live. They want to challenge this call of a knock-on, and
Shorty, Broncos are challenging the decision of a knock-on.
It was messy. It was very, very messy from the Roosters, trying to shift it out to that right edge. They found a little bit of space, but everybody was flat-footed. So we're just going to watch this right back from the play of the ball.
Did it touch the hand of Taryn Aiken here, Roo? She whipped it away pretty quickly. This angle might...
It's looking to determine if the ball touches Taryn Aiken's hand.
Might be hard to overturn the on-field.
That angle might show it.
Yeah, that looks like maybe the thumb.
Do you see on the angle there, Taryn Aiken's hand touches the ball, propelling it towards her opponent's dead ball line, constituting a knock-on. The challenge is unsuccessful.
Well, there you go. They were adamant. I think they might have thought the knock-on was called for the play on the ground as opposed to the one before. So that's an early loss of captain's challenge there for the Broncos.
Certainly is. Mind you, when we were here at Suncorp Stadium on Thursday night, both captain's challenges were gone for both Brisbane and the Eels by the 7th minute. The Roosters, what a chance this is. Zahara Tamara to feed the scrum. Look out for Destiny Brill at the back. Plenty of numbers to the right, as you can see from the high shot, but hang on, it all came unstuck there.
Well, it was a little bit messy to start with, and Casey Badger was trying to get everybody to get their heads in the right positions, and unfortunately for the Broncos, they conceded a penalty, and the Roosters, they want to continue this pressure on them.
All right, here's Maya Hill-Moana. 3 metres away from the line. Destiny Brill to dummy half. Oh, she's good at doing that, just letting runners go, then gets a pass away here to Keely Joseph. And Chelsea Lenarduzzi loves a one-on-one steal. She thought she had it, but Joseph maintained possession. Racine McGregor goes short here to Kernick, and Olivia Kernick tackled by Taryn Aiken. Brill to dummy half. Maya Hill-Moana gets the head down, the legs pumping. She'll get to the line. She'll almost be able to fall over it, but held a metre short. Brill, she'll go on her own. She's a ball of muscle. Destiny Brill, she got there for the Roosters. First blood to the Roosters, and it's this exciting youngster, Destiny Brill, with the try.
Well, watching this one unfold, I thought that maybe the halves needed to just step in and use their voice and get their hands on the ball, because it was very forward dominant. As you see here on the Harvey Norman replay, Destiny Brill spots a little gap where the outside defender shoots up past Taryn Aiken on the inside there and gives her half a sniff, and that's all she needs. She only needs half a sniff to find her way to the line. She's so strong, she's so physical with the ball in hand, and she gets over for the first points of the game, Lockie.
Yeah, she was short when she got down, and then I think Aiken got a arm under her there, but if they let it go through, look what they did, they just kept bashing down the door in one area. It was like 3 or 4 Broncos players made about 10 tackles in the last sort of couple of minutes there, just in that one area outside the goalpost and inside the 10-metre line, but eventually they broke. You see it there, one angle there, it looks like she might have come up short, and then they got the arm under, but this one here, I thought she goes down short and then Aiken gets her arm under.
Try confirmed, Darren.
Yeah, I'm hoping, Salty, I'm hoping.
I think I saw a blade of white grass touch the ball.
It was almost if they, when it looked like it was short, the ball just rolled onto the line, then lifted up, as we saw from that side-on angle. Here's Zahara Tamara. Had 3 from 8 last week, but most of them were tough kicks. A lot wider than this. She's very accurate with the boot, is Zahara Tamara, and will be looking to convert the Destiny Brill try. Got it through.
The extras for the Roosters take a 6-0 lead over our Broncos. In a change for the Broncos, number 17, Brandon Clark coming on for number 10, Chelsea Lambusi.
Let's wait for the whistle, Brianna. Stay on.
What a great Saturday we've got for you on 9. NRLW now, then later tonight, a mouth-watering clash from 7 o'clock. It is the Rabbitohs against the Cowboys in the NRL. What a time in rugby league. Heading towards the finals in the NRL. The NRLW started up, and this is a terrific contest for us early on in the first 15 minutes through.
Certainly is, and the Roosters have gone straight back to that tactic, shifting it wide, getting a middle forward running at the halves there, and just shifting one of the Broncos forwards to that edge. So see if that keeps going, that's going to really tire out the big ones through the middle.
Racine McGregor. That's a very good kick down into the corner, and a little juggle there from Hayley Maddock. Good chase, Olivia Koenig. What a worker she is.
Oh, her and Keely Joseph, they were huge last week for the Roosters, and they've just started where they finished.
Robinson put on her back. Tafunga, one of the Roosters defenders. Here's Shanae Sissoko. And holding on too long there, Keely Joseph. So Brisbane with a much-needed penalty.
Well, we've already seen a change being made for the Roosters. And Lockie, if I can get you down on the sideline, what's the pace of the game like at ground level? Because watching here, it looks like it is running at a quick trot.
Yeah, well, I thought the Broncos sort of had the ascendancy there earlier. It was just the penalty that they gave away that gave the Roosters the field position, and now the Broncos get their penalty, so let's see what they can do with this set. But yeah, it's a fast game, and the Broncos chant just went up in the grandstand here, so they're behind the home team. Let's see what they can do.
Sophie Hollyman. Nice bit of footwork just before the line there, and she found an extra 7 or 8 metres. Shanae Sissoko now.
Play on.
Now that was stripped, was it? This will be play on. Yeah, Ellie Brigginshaw, the Roosters stopped. Ellie Brigginshaw, and she's left it behind. And has Nita Manhard picked up the ball and scored a try? I think she has. There's a lot to check.
We have no try. We're looking to determine whether or not it was a strip in the act of scoring and then Brisbane have scored, or if it was just a loose carry.
You can analyse the 50 things to look at here, Roo.
There is a lot to look at here, but Ali Brigginshaw turning the clock back. She put the foot down and just showed that pace here. She's getting over, striving for the line. Surgis is around the ball. Bremner is low. She's getting in close, trying to get the ball free. Would you classify that as the act of
Just
scoring?
looking to determine whether Ali Brigginshaw loses possession of the ball.
I think it's a stripping motion, but if it's in the act of scoring,
That's legal, and it'll be play on.
and then if Maynard picks it up cleanly, this could be 4 points to the Bronx.
There's the strip.
Just looking to determine on any available angles if there is a knock-on.
What do you think, Roo?
Well, I don't think it's a knock-on. I think she's been stripped as she's getting over the line to score a try. And then it's here if Maynard picks
Ali
this one up
Brigginshaw loses
cleanly.
possession of the ball in the field of play. We have a
There
decision.
you go. There must have been a millimetre in it.
So no try ruled.
Knock on, we'll have a scrum. Isabel, where do you want scrum? Scrum in the
I think the
middle.
Broncos are hard done by there. I honestly thought she was over the line looking as though she was about to go and put the ball down, but you know, the bunker get a lot more views than we do, so I guess this is play on for the Roosters, but hard done by for the home team because I thought they were about to have an opportunity to level the scores.
Good opportune time now to bring in the coach of the Roosters, and we really appreciate the time of all the coaches when we talk to them. John Strange. John, what have you made of the opening 17 and a half minutes?
Yeah, a little bit scrappy from both sides, I think. We've had plenty of ball in good ball position, and yeah, we haven't capitalised. Obviously, just coming up with one try. But yeah, we just got to relax a little bit and go through the process, and I think we should be okay.
Strangey, I like that tactic of getting Bremner through the middle, shifting the ball and getting a hard running forward out at Brigginshaw and trying to flip her middle forward for the Bronx.
Yeah, exactly right. She's got a lot of speed through the middle, and yeah, that's what we've got to look at, and hopefully we can start to open them up. If the Broncos girls get a little bit fatigued through the centre third, hopefully we'll be able to have some joy through there.
Good stuff, John. Appreciate your time. Good luck.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks, John. John Strange, coach of the Roosters. Done a great job with the Roosters. Isabel Kelly just...
Speaking of great jobs.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I
There's
think
a
she's
knock on.
offside too.
Isabel, where do you want the scrum?
So they'll play the knock on to your route.
Yeah, well, Stranger spoke about that both teams are a little bit scrappy, and that probably attests to the speed of the game as well. And that one there is just pure pressure, pure defensive pressure from the tricolours, forcing that little error free. But this is really important for the Broncos here, just to maintain the rage that they started this game with. They were so physical, they were so fast. They can't capitulate and give away any more points here, because the Roosters, once they get their tails up, they like leading from the front.
What about the enthusiasm there of the Roosters? Just the high fives. Now Destiny Brill goes down a short side, but there's no... Oh, I was about to say no room. Hang on. She's still going, Destiny Brill. No one can tackle her. Now the Roosters knocking on the door. Frezar gets over the line, but held up.
Honestly, I think Destiny ran through about 7 people then. She's just shrugging people off. She's so strong. She's built so low to the ground and so powerful, as we saw through that first try.
Koenig, Bremner sets up Surges for the corner. Oh, great defence. Taryn Aiken, a try saver.
100% try saver, because I thought Surgis was in for all money, and Aiken just came in, wrapped the ball up and flipped her over herself. Like that, the old crocodile roll, just wrapped her up and rolled her over the sideline. I think
death roll.
The death roll. I think she's saved a 4-pointer here. And Jess will be really disappointed that she didn't get this one down, because her eyes lit up for sure.
Jessica Surge just doesn't ground the ball in the in goal. Just looking to determine where she ends up.
Jeez, that's a good tackle. Oh, that's a good tackle.
Jessica Surge just does not ground the ball in the end goal, and her foot goes into touch. We have a decision.
What about Taryn Aiken there?
She did the crocodile roll and then scorpioned herself on the way through. Gosh, she's such a good player. Well, I've spoken about how good she is with ball in hand, but honestly, defensively, that was massive. But just rewatching Destiny Brill just push people off, shrug them off left, right and centre. She's an excellent buy for the Roosters.
Have a look at Tara Naked here. Keep watching. Oh!
She was blinking a little hard after that one too. But good on you, Taz. That was a good tackle.
And at half-time, Ruan is going to repeat that move for us. So
my stunt double will do it, Emma Lawrence.
Destiny Brill, 4 tackle breaks. 3 of those in that last run. There's a nice offload. Nina Maynard, good footwork. Now links up with Hollyman. Did she lose the ball there, Sophie Hollyman? No. If she did, it went backwards. Talisha Harden now. Good tackle. Jocelyn Kelleher on the field for the Roosters. Hollyman stopped in her tracks. Given the penalty away for a flop, as you heard.
Tackle 3, midfield as well. John Strange will be really disappointed with that penalty. This just gives the Broncos really good field position, puts their defensive line under a little bit more pressure, when towards the back end of this game, this half, they're already starting to show a little fatigue.
14 and a half minutes left until the break, 35-minute halves. Here's Ellie Brigginshaw. Amber Hall. Look out if she starts to wind up. Gets a pass away back to Brigginshaw. Brigginshaw thought about a pass to Jamie Chapman, but Chapman, because the play almost stopped, was just in front. So using her experience, Brigginshaw held up the passes. Hollyman wrapped up in a very good ball and all tackle there by Keely Joseph. Maynard. Now Harden to Aiken. Caitlin Phillips puts it down. It went forward. Knock on.
Oh, that's disappointing for the Bronx. It was on for them too down that left edge. The centre and the winger had shot in, trying to shut that down because they know what a threat Aiken is. If that ball had gone to hand, I would have loved to have seen the results for the home team. Oh, they had the numbers, Salty.
Now the 2022 NRLW Telstra Premiership is here, and don't miss your chance to watch all the action unfold live. Get your seats at nrl.com/tickets now. Including those viewers on the Gold Coast as well, because the Titans are at home to the Knights tomorrow in not only the NRL, but the NRLW straight after as well.
That'll be a good game. We're calling that one together again, Salty.
Yes.
Can't wait.
Great afternoon and night.
I'll tell you what, I know I always talk about the middle forwards, but the middles for the Roosters, and that play goes awry for the Roosters, have been huge through the middle. Tongatuki, 62 metres. Maya Hilmoana, 69. Keely Joseph, 30 metres with plenty of tackles and plenty of one-on-ones. They're really, really working over that middle third, as we heard John Strange talk about earlier.
Oh, that was a mistake there from Destiny Brill. A rare one.
Hand over just there. Yeah, play
Just a little bit messy. Just a little bit. Probably just need to take a little breath, calm down a little bit. Just a slight bobble there by Destiny Brill, but again, this gives the Broncos some really good field position.
Maddock, Brigginshaw, now Chapman. Jamie Chapman beating a couple of Roosters defenders before wrapped up by Zahara Tamara. Shania Power there as well. Maynard to Amber Hall. That's a good tackle. Shania Power.
How many times do you see Amber Hall get tackled one-on-one?
Not often.
Not often.
Talisha Harden, good field position here for the Broncos halfway through the set. Brigginshaw to Aiken, nice pass. Caitlin Phillips with some room to move, but a good tackle by Sammy Bremner. Now Aiken, and there was no room there. Pass went.
I think they're judging it was a forward pass before the Roosters knocked it on, so this will be a Roosters feed. But again, they strip them for numbers, and here Aiken just holds that pass up. The centre and the winger are again shooting up to try and shut down that threat of Maddock out the back, which means that Caitlin Phillips gets that ball nice and quick straight in the line, but that is a ripper of a tackle, and Phillips does actually lose the ball there. But that is a ripper tackle by Bremner at the back, a try saver for sure. A couple more interchanges looking like for the Roosters too here.
Here's Isabel Kelly. So tomorrow afternoon and night, we've got some great footy for you, as we just mentioned. What about that? 6 o'clock on Gem. The Knights looking to make it 2 from 2 against the Titans. They'll be better for the run than last week, the Titans, particularly Lauren Brown playing in the halves.
Yeah, they will. They will be good for it. And the Knights, well, they were fabulous last week, weren't they? So I think this will be a really good game because you've got a nice blend of youth and experience on both sides, and I'm looking forward to seeing how the Knights back up from such a dominant performance last week, especially with that massive loss of Hannah Southwell through the middle.
So we're getting trainer just came on for a moment. Let's play on now here though for the Roosters. It's Poulet. First touch of the football. Now Kelleher. Nice work. Gets inside the Broncos 30. Big chance here. Burton, oh, it's opened up here for Isabel Kelly. She won't be stopped from there. Oh, she was stopped, but then got a pass away to Jess Surgis, and it's gone forward. And won't be able to challenge that one. It was a forward pass.
Oh, this was a beautifully worked move. Isabel Kelly coming from her left centre position through to the right. I thought if she put the afterburners on, she might have just pulled half through the tackle of Maddock. This is a forward pass, unfortunately, for the Roosters. Surgis was in the right position, just backing her up beautifully, but what a tackle, Hayley Maddock.
Not often you see Isabel Kelly stop like that. Brisbane hold on. It's hard to believe with 9 minutes left in the half. We've only had the one try. Both teams with plenty of chances. Down here, Lockie.
Hayley Maddock, a much smaller player than Isabel Kelly coming over there. So huge player. Then you throw in the Aitken tackle earlier. They've saved a couple of tries, the Broncos, and they're starting to fatigue in the middle there, the Roosters. I think they need to just stay in the middle of the field and try and get the little men, the little players against the fatigued forwards of the Roosters.
Maynard goes here to Clark, the former Titan.
An astute signing for the Broncos, I think. I thought she was great for the Titans last year.
Taryn Aiken puts a kick over the top. Did that one well. Sammy Bremner beats one, beats two, beats three before losing a footing on the 20.
So this is a relieving penalty for the Roosters. A little get out of jail free card here. They'll bite off a good 10, 20 metres hopefully with the kick and set themselves up for some nice good ball.
Penalty for a flop. Sammy Bremner.
Well, that's the thing. I think the ruck's been policed pretty toughly this afternoon, like in a good way. I think they're making sure that they play the ball is nice and quick. The defensive line just has to work that a little bit harder to get themselves into position. So it means the game, like Lockie's spoken about, will probably open up towards the back end of each half.
Jordan Burton, Brisbane defence will have to watch out for her. She's quick out of dummy half.
Jocelyn Kelleher as well. She's shown what she can do with the ball in hand and a broken line in front of her.
Here's Burton. Gets a pass away. Atessa Poulet. 9 metres into Brisbane territory. Burton to McGregor. Inside pass. Oh, what a hit. That's a great tackle from Amber Hall. Forces the error. That shook the foundations at Suncorp.
Oh, geez, I'm glad Keely Joseph's all right. I thought for a moment there she wasn't going to get up. That is a massive ball and all tackle. That is just power. Absolute power coming from the inside like that. It was a lovely worked play. And I thought just opening it up that little bit, but the angle that Joseph was running was just a little too straight. I think if she'd aimed more towards the corner post, she might have just slipped with a legs tackle.
You happily retired when you see tackles like that?
No, it kind of makes me want to get back out there, but then I know I couldn't survive. So
inflicting tackles, yes, but receiving
oh, yeah.
them.
No, the ribs are pretty happy that I'm retired, as are the bumblebees.
These are working okay. You're practicing that scorpion pretty well, so.
Quite live.
Brisbane now into Roosters territory. Just under 6 minutes left until half-time. Kelvin Wright would love a try for his team here. Now Amy Turner playing the ball. Brigginshaw. Here's Sarah Sautia. In jersey number 11, but coming off the bench this afternoon. Brigginshaw goes to dummy half. It's the last. Taryn Aiken puts in a kick. Will regather that kick. Still alive. Couldn't get the second kick on it. And Sammy Bremner cleans up for the Roosters.
I tell you, every time Taryn Aiken gets that ball in hand, she looks dangerous. She looks so dangerous. I think if Hayley Maddock can really start to sniff around where Taryn's getting at, because she's drawing in a couple of defenders to try and stop her, she might find some joy. Good footwork, Ray McGregor.
Breaking free, still going. McGregor looking for support. Got it now. Bremner. She's tackled. Julia Robinson coming in to save the day. Roosters on the front foot again here. Kelly, Tamara, long pass, taken there by Power. Now she gets a pass away. And Frezard wrapped up by Brigginshaw.
Huge scramble for the Broncos here. This is really, really important. They've got a couple of tackles left in the set. The Roosters, the Broncos need to hold on.
Zahara Tamara, though, she'll almost get there. Stopped half a metre away from the line. On the bounce, McGregor's got it. Puts in a kick. Here they come. The bounce is there and they'll get a try. Olivia Koenig will score a try for the Roosters.
Well, put that one down to Ray McGregor. Comes up with the beautiful last kick. It was actually a kick on 4, so it's a nice early one. But hopefully we'll get to see this on the Harvey Norman replay. Well, I'd love to have seen it from where she makes the original break. But Ray McGregor gets a bouncing ball. Lovely kick. Look at the wicked bounce on it. Just comes right back on itself. And Olivia Koenig in the right place at the right time for the Tricolours.
Try to Olivia Koenig for the Roosters. Down to you, Lockie.
She was the one that also created that big run. Here it is here. See it on the replay. They were under pressure, the Roosters, down their end of the field. And then this break, it was a great tackle here from Chapman to stop Sam Bremner. But that's what got him into the backfield. And then she executed the kick as well, crossfield. Jess Surgis was calling it, but she had to put it in the area and they got the bounce, the Roosters. Broncos, unlucky. They've been working hard in defence. They couldn't hold out that time.
The bounce of the ball, if it lands on another point,
it was wicked, wasn't it?
It goes
out.
It was
wicked, that bounce.
Our sideline eye, Darren Lockyer scoring a try like that in the preliminary final against the Roosters in 1998. We do remember your career, Lockie, as Zahara Tamara looking to line things up. 10 in from touch. Nailed the first one. Second one across the face, no goal. Lockie scored that one. We'll set it up here with the try. Bomb. Roosters let it bounce and in goal there. I still think remember. I can't remember what it was. Last Lockie remembers that try. 10 points to 0.
Right, stay on side.
The Roosters in front, 2.5 minutes left in the first half. Roosters have been on the back foot for the last 5 or 10 minutes, but AC McGregor putting them on the front foot.
Yes, that's it.
There's Maya Hill-Moana. Under you, Darren Lockyer. Do you remember that one against the Roosters in a preliminary final, I think it was?
To be honest, Salty, no, I don't. You find when you've sort of played a lot of football, the only way you really remember anything is when you see a highlight or someone talks about it. So, mate, I'll have to jump on Google and see if I can find it because I don't remember.
Another early kick here by the Roosters. Up nice and high by Zahara Tamara again. The bouncing ball here.
Oh, and Hayley Maddock cleans up. Just.
Kelly timed that well too. She pulled out of the heavy contact while Maddock was in the air. Now it's time for the Roosters to try and mount some pressure just before half-time.
So here's the difference between a fullback / 5'8" and Darren Lockyer, who scored so many tries. Roo, if I was to ask you about certain try-scoring moments, we'd be here all afternoon.
Well, because I've scored so many.
No, you'd be telling us about them. You'd remember all of them. What about tonight? Latrell's Bunnies up against the North Queensland Cowboys. A mouth-watering contest. 7 o'clock tonight on 9. Yeah, Maynard, Brigginshaw kicking on the last. He was under pressure. Got a pretty good kick away. And just taking it there is Jamie Frezard.
Good chase there by Turner too, and she's continuing to put some pressure here on the Roosters.
So Amy Turner's pretty much been standing on the wing with Jamie Chapman in the centres. 20 seconds left before the break, and the Roosters try something from inside their own half here. Jocelyn Kelleher put down by Sarah Soutia. Lacey McGregor, she'll always scheme. There she goes, straight through McGregor. Bremner in support. Here comes the cavalry, gets away from Brigginshaw. Still going, Sammy Bremner, winding back the clock. The NRLW superstar, welcome back, Sammy Bremner.
Look, it was a beautiful try by Brem, but the lead-up play, Racine McGregor again, running with the ball in two hands. If you're watching at home as a young girl wanting to play footy, as a 5'8" or any kind of footy player, this is what you need to be doing. Harvey Norman replay, ball in two hands, means you can dummy out, you can dummy in, you can find your support players beautifully, but the backing up is what's been most impressive by the Roosters here. Bremner shows really good speed under huge scrutiny from the Broncos defence. But look at this front-on view of Ray McGregor with that ball running. Jeez, great play. Really good play from the Tricolours, and that one's going to hurt the Bronx going into halftime because I thought they were just holding on really well.
Sammy Bremner. Great to have her back. Motherhood's treating her very well.
Oh, she loves it. And speaking to her about it as well, a lot of people ask her about what it's like now being a mum and you know, coming back to playing. She said she actually really loves it because when she goes to training, she's fully focused on training, and that's what she's got because her life is so busy. She's got so much to do that when she dedicates significant time to something like this, it's something that she has to be doing because she loves it. And you can just see, how much she's enjoying being back out, like I said to her last week, in her natural habitat.
An important try as well, right on half-time, extended the lead to 14. This to make it a 16-0 lead. Zahara Tamara looking to convert, and she has nailed it. Great kick there from Zahara Tamara. So half-time, and the Roosters in control against the Broncos. The Roosters 16, leading Brisbane 0. Ready for second half action, NRLW on Wide World of Sports on this Saturday afternoon. The Roosters with that 16-point leads. Brisbane looking to set the ascendancy in the second half through Chelsea Lenarduzzi. Don't write off this Broncos team. You know that once one try comes, they tend to score them in pretty quick succession. And if that scoreline looks familiar, 16-0, in the semi-final in the NRLW season earlier this year, that's the scoreline Brisbane led the Roosters by. And it was the Roosters that came back and won, so can Brisbane return the favour? There's the ladder as it stands. The live ladder. Roosters looking to make it 2 from 2. But this is a very impressive set from Brisbane to open the proceedings in the second half. They're going to have a kick from the Roosters 30. Ellie Brigginshaw under a heap of pressure.
It was Shorten Burton coming up with some really good inside pressure on the kick there. Bit of play's been stopped here by Casey Badger.
She got one here, Ellie. Just a
watch this one on replay,
boot coming
Salty.
through. All legal, obviously.
That looked innocuous, didn't it, Salty?
It was more the leg than the boot that caught Ellie awkwardly.
Just a bump. Hopefully she can take her position in the line, because the Bronx need her in this second half. They need her creativity. They need her experience out there. And you know, they did start that set very well. And Lenarduzzi trying to come up with a one-on-one strip there to get her team pumped and moving.
The Roosters now into Brisbane territory. Check soon on Jess Surgis, who's not on the field for the Roosters. There's a lovely pass, but a good tackle as well. Atessa Pule did well to hold that one. Brisbane's defenders were onto it pretty quickly. McGregor to Kelly. Isabel Kelly trying to put on a step on Sarah Sautia. And coming over the top, Talisha Harden just to finish things off. Zahara Tamara dinks one over the top. It's knocked back. Hang on. Here's Julia Robinson. Gets around Bremner. Still going up towards the halfway line. Nice pass. Taryn Aiken's got it. And you can shut the gate. Taryn Aiken. Length of the field. Stuff from the Broncos. Robinson started it. Aiken finished it, and Brisbane are back.
Well, we spoke about this not long ago, Salty. The Broncos started with some real fire in their bellies, didn't they? They came out really physical with the ball in hand, physical defensively. This is just a perfect read. The kick comes here, left to right from Zahara Tamara, trying to land it in the right position. But unfortunately, here on the Harvey Norman replay, you can see that they'd actually, one of the middle forwards was standing out wide, and Jules Robinson just gassed her for pace. This is excellent support play. And Taryn Aiken, who, like I spoke about at halftime, I think has been a real shining light for the Broncos in the first half, scores a deserved 4 points. Let's look at this in reverse angle, Salty. What a take. What a take. And Jules Robinson, she's so powerful. Wrong foot, Sam Bremner. Oh, actually, Lockie, we'll get you to keep an eye on Sam Bremner as well, because she was clutching that left shoulder after that attempted tackle. But Lockie, you would have loved that one.
Oh, that was entertaining. That was some great football. That's called transitioning from defence into attack. And she did so well when when Robinson, when she took off, and then it was still a brave pass, this one. Obviously you could see Taryn was out there. She had one arm, brave pass, but then when Aiken got it, she still had to do some work. As you see the kick coming here from Lenarduzzi. It is away, but that's just what they needed, the Broncos. And Sam Bremner now, she's getting a check up on her shoulder. Just with Jessica Surgis, she pulled up sore with her hemi halfway through that first half. They come out and they strapped it. So I would say it's a hamstring. We'll double check there, but we see Sam Bremner getting some attention there for her left shoulder. Let's hope it's okay.
In the hands of the trainer there, Sam Bremner. 16-4. Julia Robinson.
Oh, that looked awkward, didn't it? But she clutched it. I mean, she's actually clutching more sort of the top of the bicep there. And we hope that she's all right, because she set this game alight for the Roosters. But you can't take anything away from the Bronx. That was a wonderful transition play like Lockie spoke about, and it was just excellent support running.
An early try. There's Chelsea Lenarduzzi. Interesting with Ali Brigginshaw as well, picking up a knock. She didn't take that attempted conversion. Brianna Clark did.
Well, it was a knock to that leg as well, a kicking leg. So Brianna Clark is a pretty handy kicker, though. She probably hasn't kicked so far this season. But she kicked for the Titans last year. It was pretty good.
She certainly did. Well, Brisbane are rolling downfield again here. It's Alicia Harden. Midway through the set, they're in the Roosters territory already. Taryn Aiken. Long pass to Shanae Solka. Nice bit of footwork. And picks up 10, 12 metres. Still going, Shanae Solka. Nina Maynard to dummy half. On the last. Taryn Aiken puts in a kick. Bremner and Brigginshaw onto it pretty quickly. Oh, and she's caught one here. Went high. It's the last thing she'd want after nursing that shoulder. Now, heavy contact, and it's a penalty.
And there was immediate concern shown for her as well. Here, there's a lift in the tackle, and yeah, Brianna Clark's coming in and just makes contact with the head there.
Relieving penalty.
Incidental contact as well. Wasn't trying to swing the arm, it just was unfortunate that made contact with the head of the opposition.
Bremner's okay. Injury update with you, Darren Lockyer.
Yeah, just with following up on Jess Surges, they're not giving away much to the Roosters, but I genuinely think it's the hamstring. She, halfway through that first half, like I said, she had a tension in backfield and then they strapped it, and she sort of was a bit lame for the rest of that half. There she is there. So I think it's, yeah, there you go. The ice is on it. I think it'd be a long shot if she'd be back today.
Thanks, Lockie. Dr. Lockyer not getting the answers, so he's doing the research himself. Now Power finds Tafunga.
It's quite timely. I was actually just about to say that'll mean Shania Power will move to the centre position out there.
Kelleher to Maya Hill Moana. Playing the ball, almost lost it there in the end, but you've got to hold on to it. Sahara Tamara is Isabel Kelly. Good tackle down low on Kelly, and the ball comes free.
Playing on.
And the Sungers play on, so obviously Casey Badger hadn't said it was the last, and there's a kick straight to Brianna Clark.
Slips catch. Slips catch by Brianna Clark. She kicks, she catches in the slips, she's got it all.
Jamie Chapman gets an offload away. She was driven back.
Held was called mid-drive, so Broncos will retain possession. It'll just be a play the ball here.
Jamie's got to play it.
Getting up slowly there is Jamie Chapman.
Sherrod's play it.
Dr. Darren onto the case here as well.
Confirmed
Again
too.
with Jamie
with
Chapman.
me. Have a look here on the left.
She's going to be okay to continue for the time being. Amber Hall. And they had a second crack at Amber Hall there.
That's what she can do. She's so physical. When you get her running lines like that, she'll either get a quick play the ball or they'll try and slow her down and she'll actually get a penalty because she's so physical. She bounces up off the ground nice and quick. Here, watch this. Bumpers up, down, ready to go play the ball, and then that second effort is what garners the penalty for the home team.
Ball again. Now, Satya. Okawati, one of the defenders for the Roosters. Harden to Aiken, goes short. There to Phillips. Phillips is tackled, 32 away from the line. They continue down the short side. Aiken to Sisolka. Good tackle down low, Power on Sisolka. Shanae will play it. Maynard, Lenarduzzi. Beautiful, about to say beautiful little ball there to Hunt. It's touched by a Rooster. And Ali Brigginshaw has it now for Brisbane.
This is a big test now for the Roosters. The Broncos, another set of 6. They were almost to the end of that one here, and Roosters' defensive line under pressure.
Aiken! Taryn Aiken! There was an opening in front of her, and she just went straight through. Try number 2 for her. Brisbane second of the half. And it is game on, Roo.
Certainly is. You spoke about this just after half-time. Write the Broncos off at your own peril. Here we go. This is a nice shift on the Harvey Norman replay. Taryn Aiken, we saw her do this in the first half. And the tactic that I applauded the Roosters for using in the first half, the Broncos have turned around and they're using it back at them in the second. They're actually flipping a forward onto a short side, which means one-on-one, someone like Taryn Aiken, fast feet, good with ball in hand, up against a middle forward on a short side. I know which one's going to win most of the time.
Taryn Aiken with the try. Down here, Lockie.
There was a mismatch. It was a half against a prop forward. It was for Taryn Aiken to put a head up there and see that was smart. So speed up against a fatigue forward.
Yeah, Taryn Aiken. There's Buck.
Buck loves it. Look.
On duty this afternoon is Buck. Well rested after Thursday night, but getting a bit of work in the last 7 or 8 minutes. Ali Brigginshaw, no goal.
Tom off.
Well, 9.5 minutes into the second half, and the Roosters' halftime lead has halved. Fans at Suncorp Stadium tonight this afternoon being treated to a very entertaining game of football in the NRLW. Oh, they need a spark here, the Roosters. They might have the lead, but it's been all Brisbane.
Yeah, I think I'd like to see the starting middles get back on and start ripping into their work again, as the way they did in the first half, try and stem the tide, because Leonard Ducey's been running riot, as has Amber Hall, to start off this second half for the Broncos.
Robinson with a strong run. Amber Hall. 8 short of the halfway line, halfway through the set, so Brisbane here into Roosters territory through Brigginshaw, trying to put on a step. Isabel Kelly got to her along with Tongatuki. Harden to Aiken, and Caitlin Phillips was storming onto that one. It was an important tackle there from Racine McGregor. Read it well, last tackle. Aiken puts it high, it's into the sun. Bremner, great take.
Under huge pressure too, Saltsy. Shazolka and Robinson were steaming down on Bremner, and she took that one beautifully for the Tricolours. But they're under huge pressure here defensively. This is a good run, but watch this on replay. Sees it. Oh, she actually makes contact with it before she catches it. So that could have been a penalty if she didn't take that cleanly, but great stuff. Good set of 6 as well after points for the Bronx.
Sarah Tongatuki. Now tonight, 7 o'clock on 9. Souths against the Cowboys. The Bunnies up against North Queensland. Bring it on tonight. An all top 8 clash. 7 o'clock. Live on 9's Wide World of Sports. Racine McGregor puts up a kick that's floating. Oh, it's a good take in the end. Hayley Maddock doing well.
She put her body on the line too. Keely Joseph was steaming down with intent, and then Maddock took that one beautifully, just off the turf too.
That's a great take.
That's brave. Fullbacks, they're worth the money they get paid, I reckon.
Let's with some great ones in NRLW and the NRL across both the men's and women's game. The terrific number ones. Ooh, that looked forward there to Tamarua. Play on, says Casey Badger. Crystal Tamarua coming on fresh in the second half with Brisbane on the front foot. Kick from Ali Brigginshaw, and there's another great take. Bremner again.
Yeah, first time we've seen Tamarua this afternoon. I thought last week, Salty, you'd agree, she was a real spark for them. As here, Izzy Kelly makes some way down the left edge.
And then they force her back. Good footwork in the end, but there's only one way you're going to go when Amber Hall gets a hold of you. And it won't be forward. Tessa Poulet being strong off the bench. Tackle there by Tamarua. That is a strong run, and now Destiny Brill breaks free. Got support on her inside, couldn't return the favour to Keely Joseph. Now Racine McGregor. McGregor with a dummy and tackled by Harden. Burton goes short, and it's another try here for the Roosters through Olivia Koenig. Her second for the afternoon. But Roo, what about the lead-up work?
Beautiful stuff. Keely Joseph working so well through the middle. Destiny Brill coming back onto the field, having immediate impact. Here on the Harvey Norman replay, she spots it, sees that the second row has come in a little tight on her. Gets a lovely offload, and Brill, we know how physical she is through contact. She just couldn't position her backup in Keely Joseph, but the quick play the ball by Ray McGregor sees Koenig go over for her second try for the afternoon, and the Tricolours needed that one, Salty.
That they certainly did. Try confirmed for Olivia Koenig. Darren Lockyer.
Yeah, the Broncos just fatigued a little bit there. There was a lot of ball in play, and the Roosters did well to hang on, and then just, the Roosters player, they just got across three Broncos, and that shortened them up. And then Destiny Brill, hits the hole. Like, she's an outstanding talent. And then from there, yeah, it's just fatigue on the line. Too strong from the Roosters, and they needed to hit back because the momentum was with the Broncos. So they've done well there, the Roosters, to halt that momentum and get their own try.
A terrific performer for the Roosters in the opening games of the season, Olivia Koenig, and at the business end in the NRLW season we had earlier in the year.
Strong in Origin too. Very, very strong for New South Wales in Origin. Excellent on her feet, well balanced. She's very athletic as well, so that one we just saw pure power from her, and a lovely pass selection from Shorten Burton too.
This an important kick to take it beyond 2 converted tries. Still with a long way to go in this game. But a big kick here for Zahara Tamara. Strikes it magnificently. That's a beauty. That was a massive conversion there for Zahara Tamara. Brisbane still with time, but that's 6 points for the Roosters. Just take some of the momentum away from the home side. Taryn Aiken leading the way, metres gained with 149. Julie Robinson there as well. Those off the one play.
Oh, but also looking at that, you've got 2 halves at the top, or towards the top of a metres gained. That just shows how willing they are to take the line on.
That's a strong run from Tessa Poulet. Now Burton out of dummy half. Zahara Tamara. There's Sarah Tongatuki. Tamarua and Maynard in the tackle. 2 tackles left in the set for the Roosters. They're in the Brisbane territory. 4th tackle kick there for Zahara Tamara. Hayley Maddock takes it well. And that's a great chase from Isabel Kelly, and Destiny Brill finishes off the Broncos fullback.
Well, they had to, because Hayley Maddock, if she'd run past Destiny Brill, there was a fractured defensive line behind her. Is Keely Joseph. She has been so strong for the Roosters.
Zane Sasolka. 19 minutes remaining in this NRLW clash. Sophie Hollyman. There by Phillips and Tongatuki. Now Jada Ferguson. A lively player for Brisbane to bring on. Last play, Aiken. And it's taken a good kick return as well, an outstanding kick return. Pretty much getting to the halfway line. To Funga doing really well. Both Roosters wingers, Amy Frezard and Tafunga, very good at getting them out of trouble, and as is this player, Isabel Kelly. Tackled by Ferguson. Now McGregor, room to move, puts on a step, into the 20, gets to the 10, tackled there by Amber Hall. 2 tackles left in the set. The Roosters through Burton. Zahara Tamara, beautiful pass to Frezard. And the winger goes in for the Roosters. They extend their lead. Great lead-up work by Zahara Tamara.
It was beautiful by Zahara Tamara and in her halves partner Ray McGregor as well. Prior to that, they're really working over the middle D of the Broncos. How we see on the Harvey Norman replay, again, ball in 2 hands, getting the line up in her face, coming up with either a good pass selection, a quick play the ball, or a lovely kick is what we've seen out of her this afternoon. This one's that played the ball, and Z just times this pass beautifully. The cutout across the face of Atessa to Jamie Frezard, and you can see how much she loved this one, Lockie.
Yes, well, she summed it up really well, because Ellie Brigginshaw, she was in the tackle from McGregor's break. She's been outstanding, McGregor, today, and then she saw the forward in front of it. There was just 3 on 3, and she just summed it up with a great pass. The winger there, Frezard, she just put herself into the space. You see it here. It's 3 on 3, but then just that movement before the ball gets to her puts her on the outside of Chapman, and yeah, good work by the winger, but equally the pass from the 6 was outstanding.
Yeah, I agree, Lockie. I thought Z, the way she stepped off her inside foot, engaged the centre in on her, and then came up with that lovely face ball out to the winger. It was placed perfectly.
Zahara Tamara setting up the try for Jamie Frezard. She had a double last week. It's one this afternoon. It's a test from out wide. Study of concentration. Great shots from the Wide World of Sports cameras on this Saturday afternoon. And off the upright, and it's through, and a great kick. Now the Roosters looking really good with those back-to-back tries. Brisbane with a big job ahead of them.
This is what you want to see out of your starting middles when they come back on for their second stint in the second half. Bringing the energy, bringing the vibe, and just wanting to try and dominate their opposition, because the Broncos started this half with such excitement and power behind them, and Tongatuki, she just wants to try and rein them back in.
Now Olivia Koenig. Good tackle down low by Sophie Hollyman.
Sophie.
This is good stuff from the Tricolours. As the sun reappears. Racine McGregor, now Destiny Brill. You never want to say she's tackled until you hear the call of hell from the referee. She's still
Until
fighting
she's
there.
getting up to play the ball. That's
she
when
wanted
I'd
to keep
stop.
going. She wanted to keep going then. Said, no one gets me. Kick into the corner. And Maddox got it for Brisbane.
Lovely pick-up by Maddox. Equally good, the chase on that kick by the Roosters. Now, this is where the Roosters need to really muscle up defensively and try and maintain their positioning on the field now. Try and keep the Broncos down in this half.
15 minutes left. Amy Turner driven back. Ferguson, the dummy half. Now Hollyman. 3 Roosters in there, including Olivia Koenig. Aiken. Aaron Aiken. Oh, beautiful footwork from the Broncos 5'8". Support here in Hayley Maddox. Maddox still staying alive. Eventually the Roosters get to her. 1 play left here for Brisbane. Ferguson. Brigginshaw puts up a kick. Amy Turner trying to get a catch on it. Jamie Frezard outstanding under pressure.
Geez, I've been impressed with the back 3 from both sides, the Savo, Salty. They've come up with some excellent catches under big pressure, and here, oh, the Bronx will be disappointed to give this penalty away, because this one just gifts the Roosters some really good field position and a leg up out of trouble.
They'll kick for touch from their own 20 here, the Roosters, through Zahara Tamara. Melvin Wright, the Broncos coach. Concerned look on his face. And John Strange, the Roosters coach. His team are 20 in front, but he still had that same look. This is uncharted territory for the Broncos, Roo.
Yeah, and Kelvin's going to need to challenge his team to see what they can cover. They started the half well, like we've spoken about. They just haven't been able to maintain it because the Roosters absorbed the pressure, and Shania Power, give her space.
They wrap her up. 2 tackles left here. Lacey McGregor. Lacey into Burton. Ferguson and Hollyman in the tackle along with Amber Hall. 20 metres away here, the Roosters. Zahara Tamara, Sammy Bremner goes behind Kelly, but it's picked up here by Frezard.
She's been cleaned up after contact here too, Salty.
There's roadkill here. Players down everywhere.
She's clutching that right knee. I think it was a collision between her and Chapman. We'll try and get this one on replay and get some more eyeballs on it. This is the contest right at the end there.
Jamie Chapman's fallen awkwardly.
Yeah, I thought she must have collided with Sam because they were both down. Here we go. So it's Amy Turner. Oh, looks like knee-on-knee contact. Ooh. My knee's aching just watching it.
As painful as it is,
she's up, which is good.
You're glad it's that
yes,
and nothing else.
Absolutely.
Amber Hall now for Brisbane. Strong charge from Amber, as you would expect. Now, Ferguson gets a pass away to Chapman. The initial defender. Frezard came again. Now Isabel Kelly is slow to get up. Got the stray boot there. Lenarduzzi with a nice offload. And Ferguson does well to hold on to that one. Slow to get up here is Ferguson. Brianna Clark put on her back. Good tackle by Keely Joseph. Hollyman goes to Aiken. Maddox. Sissoko. Now that's off a Rooster. And they'll double knock on, so Brisbane will get the scrum feed here.
Yeah, first knock on by the Roosters there. Second one by Maddox. I thought it might have been 6 again for the Bronx. Yeah, it looks like they're going to opt for a midfield scrum here. And a midfield scrum for the Broncos means that Maddock will be able to open up a little bit. She can swing around either side. And if Brigginshaw can pick her up with a numbers overlap or just a nice face ball.
So Isabel Kelly is being told here from the bunker she's got to go from the field, I think you'll find.
Yeah.
We're just going to go back for a penalty against Keeley for a hip drop, and that's going to be on report. It'll be a penalty to the Broncos back here. Just grab me the mark, please, Shotty.
So hip drop from Isabel Kelly. Nothing to do with the knocks he might have got earlier. Down to you, Lockie.
Yeah, well, Broncos going to get the penalty and get some good field position. I guess if they're going to give themselves a chance to win this game, it has to happen in this set if they're going to mount a comeback. They look fatigued, both the middle forwards of both teams. So I think you've got to go through there first before you start to shift the ball after they've all had a little bit of a rest in that period there.
We just saw a replay there of play the ball, Isabel Kelly getting a bit of a boot to the head. We thought that might have been why Casey Badger was calling her out to go to her for a head injury assessment, but luckily that's not needed. Another good contact through the middle.
Yeah, Hollyman playing the ball. Brisbane, can they mount a comeback? Oh, not against the fence like that. What a tackle. Shania Power.
She knew that she had to get up in Maddock's face because Maddock is lightning.
Clark now. 2 tackles left in this set here for Brisbane. Ferguson. Now Brigginshaw. Amber Hall. Good defence on Hall. Quick play the ball. Ellie's got it. Brigginshaw to Lenarduzzi for the line. Gets an offload away. Back to Brigginshaw. Puts a crossfield kick for Amy Turner. And it beats everyone and goes dead in goal. Was it touched? I think it might have been touched here off Jamie Frezard. It will be a dropout.
Yeah, I thought the same thing in flight there, Saltzer. She got the hand to it. We'll get a better view of it here. This is an excellent camera angle. Deemed to be touched by the Roosters here.
It is a dropout because the bunker can look at these restarts, but
I think that's why they're taking their time.
yeah, Casey Badger says it's a dropout. Get on with it.
But here, this is an opportunity that Lockie spoke about. The Broncos need to mount their comeback now. This is another great opportunity. Oh, here we go. They took enough time. They took enough time here, the Roosters, so they'll get the ball back. 7 tackle set with a 20-metre head start.
Didn't touch Jamie Frezard. Keely Joseph now. 9 minutes left. Roosters enjoying their Saturday afternoon out at Suncorp Stadium. Isabel Kelly. Sarah Tongatuki on the charge for the Roosters. Whistle blows here.
Some concern being shown for Tongatuki here.
There is some concern here for Sarah Tongatuki.
I don't know whether she's been winded or has had some contact through the midsection.
Strong run from her.
Good, yeah, very strong run.
Or head on the ground. Might have been. Finals are just around the corner. Sarah Tongatuki here. Sitting up.
She must have just been compressed in this tackle because she was under some pretty heavy fire from the Broncos' defence. It was a good, strong run. She had the legs just charging. You've got Lenarduzzi and Hall involved in this tackle, both very strong defenders. She hits the ground with plenty of force, and they, yeah, maybe sometimes those ones, Salty, it just compresses the ribs and it just feels like your rib cartilage just hurts, is the only way to describe it. Hurts.
Well, at NRLW tomorrow night, 6 o'clock on 9GEM. It's the Titans against the Knights. Looking forward to that one. It's Cbus Super Stadium tomorrow night. Sunday night on the coast. It'll be good.
Who are you tipping tomorrow night, Salty?
Oh.
Being a Queenslander, can you tip against the Titans?
Yeah, I can.
Will you?
Don't know. I think this game is going to be, it's the most intriguing matchup of the weekend. I can't wait to watch it. I think Lauren Brown at number 7 for the Titans will be better for the run because she's mainly played 9 at NRLW.
I'm looking forward to seeing Politi get a little bit more ball, nice and early, good quality ball, and see her in full flight.
We wish Sarah Tongatuki all the best here as she makes her way from the
It's good to see her up. It's good to see her up, isn't it, Salty? Because that was some pretty heavy contact. And for her to be able to come from the field with some assistance, but still make her way from the field under her own steam is very good to see. She's a tough cookie, Sulla.
Now the Roosters to continue. They're halfway through the set. McGregor. Yeah, that's a good run from Power, but a good tackle from Amber Hall and Chelsea Lenarduzzi.
On the mark.
Looking to put an exclamation mark on this one, the Roosters. Keely Joseph, 15 away from the line. Now it's the last. McGregor to Tamara, puts in a kick for Isabel Kelly, and this will be a dropout. Got away from Hayley Maddock, but she recovered well, but it's a repeat set for the Roosters.
Geez, when it bounced off her shins, I was thinking, please don't bounce too far, because I thought it was going to come spewing back out straight to the hands of a Roosters attacker screaming through. But Maddock does really well to control it. She tried to get back into the field of play, but just landed on the line, and another really good kick chase by the Roosters.
Drop out, gets to the 20. It wasn't short, it wasn't long, it was a medium one, but didn't get the height on it. And the Roosters have got it now inside Brisbane's 20. Jocelyn Kelleher gets a pass away to McGregor. McGregor to Tamara. They're looking strong here again. Atessa Poulet. Tackle 8 away from the line. Tamara. Whoa. Strong run there from Hopewadi. Good contact. Amber Hall.
Deanna Clark was the main offender. Yeah, she was tough.
Now, McGregor. Koenig looking for a hat trick. She stops. Talisha Harden with the tackle. Kelleher to McGregor. Here's Keely Joseph. Stands in the tackle. Last play for the Roosters. Destiny Brill to Olivia Koenig. Finds Power on the charge. Looking to turn on the power at Suncorp, but Shania's held up. And it was on the last, so it'll be a turnover.
Really good scramble from the Broncos there. They knew they needed to get in front of Power because once she gets ahead of steam up, she's so difficult to stop. But now, the Broncos under some heavy fire of their own. The Roosters really lining up.
6 minutes remaining. Ali Brigginshaw. Tackled by her Queensland teammate in Destiny Brill. Solid contact there. And then throwing on her back. Look at the contact there from Destiny Brill, and then it's a penalty.
It was strong initial contact here, but this is going to be on report, and the player is deemed to be put in a dangerous position. I think it is was it Hopewadi or... Yeah, it was Hopewadi. Just takes her past the horizontal. And that one's going to be on report.
So Hopewadi on report. Here's Hollyman. No offload there. Put down by Brill and Hopewadi. Lenarduzzi, short ball to Clark. Gets an offload away. Maddock dives on it. Now, was there a knock on there? There was.
That's a shame for the Broncos. That was a nice little lead-up play there by Lenarduzzi with her middle forward partner in Brianna Clark, just splitting that connection between middle and edge defence of the Roosters and almost coming up with the goods there. That last pass just not going to hand the way they wanted, Telstra.
Just over 4 minutes remaining. The Roosters with the scrum feed on their own 30. Aiseen McGregor to feed the scrum for the Roosters. Destiny Brill goes to McGregor. She throws a dummy. Not fallen for by the Broncos defence. Clark and Harden in there. Power. Tackled by Ferguson. Oh, handball all coming in. Oh, nice shot. McGregor. Goodbye, Aiken. On the halfway line.
Those two have been real standouts for their respective teams this afternoon, McGregor and Aiken.
Doozy can't get the one-on-one steal, can't affect the tackle.
Shoulder charge? Or just a check?
Is it? Well, it's rattled there, Short and Burton. Last play. Zahara Tamara puts it up, taken by Chapman. Jamie Chapman is away. Oh, and the ankle tap gets her. She tries to get up and go again. What an effort.
Oh, that was Jocelyn Kelleher with the ankle tap, I think.
It was.
She was away. She was gone for all money, was Chapman.
Zahara Tamara is coming across in cover, but it would have been very hard to beat.
Those long strides that she has are just so difficult. There's a Roosters player down in back play here on this left edge defensively. They're short.
Chapman. That might be Kelleher in back play, or she's left it out the back here for Amy Turner.
It's Frezard.
Yeah, it is.
It's Frezard, and it's... The trainers are trying to get the attention of the referee to stop the game.
Taryn Aiken, though, play on here for the Broncos. That pass just in front of Julia Robinson. Puts on a nice bit of footwork to stay alive here, Robinson. And is tackled. Now they'll stop play.
They have to. There's about three players down on the ground. Aiken is down, as well as Zahara Tamara and Jamie Frezard. So there's huge concern shown here for a couple of players, Lockie.
I think you've got Tamara there. I think she might be just a hamstring or a cramp, but then Frezard, she's in a bit of trouble here. I think that might be the doctor out there on the field. Maybe a dislocated kneecap. You know, look, I'm not a doctor, Salty, I'm not a doctor, but it's that right knee there, and the doctor's out there, and they're just trying to... They've obviously got play stopped, and then we got a Bronco down, and yeah, really sort of erratic passage of play, that one, but we're all getting a breather right now while they try and address the players and their fitness.
Well, this has been a tough contest this afternoon. There's been, you know, it's been relentless pretty much from the word go, and it is a case of the walking wounded. Oh, there you go. Jamie Frezard, at least you can smile.
Well, I wonder if it's just one of those can't help but smile because it hurts. But here's Chapman just streaking away. It was a wonderful tap by Kelleher. And I know Z was coming along in cover, but those long strides that Chapman has, and oh, that was Kelleher scorpioned as well. And I wonder if that's where that initial contact, Frezard comes over the top. I wonder if that's where she's hurt her knee. But this is Aiken.
Aiken.
It was just heavy contact right in the ribs from her opposite half.
Zahara Tamara back on her feet.
Well, they've still got an interchange left, the Roosters. Oh no, they'll be using it now.
Frezard's off. Here's Zahara Tamara. She fell awkwardly.
Yeah, she
An
was.
ankle. Lots to look at in the last couple of minutes here.
Plenty happening. Lockie spoke about there's been so much time where the ball has been live that their players are starting to really fatigue. And the conditions with that sun out warm as Brigginshaw puts in a lovely kick.
And it's taken at the back there by Jocelyn Kelleher. Under 2 minutes left. Tough encounter this afternoon in the NRLW. Isabel Kelly playing the ball. Now the Roosters skip outside their own 20 through Tafunga. Story of the game, Rue, is going to be the Broncos 0-2 and the Roosters, the defending premiers, 2-0.
Well, you know, we've spoken about this unfamiliar territory for the Broncos and the Roosters starting nice and quick. Normally, historically, we've seen them being a little bit slow starters, but off the back of a good forward pack and Ray McGregor playing some excellent football. Their outside backs just running at will. They've looked really strong to start this season. And the Bronx, you know, they've had a few errors. They've had a few things that I reckon that they can fix up. And once they get those right, I think we'll see a much different outfit.
Here's Ferguson. Play as well. It looks like that is Amber Hall still competing right to the very end. Maynard, Lenarduzzi, 20 seconds left. Flick pass back to Maynard. Now Brigginshaw to Chapman. Jamie Chapman. Can't get away from Isabel Kelly. Maddock to Brigginshaw. Long pass. Lenarduzzi. This will be the last play of the game. Brianna Clark. And no, that will be it. Full time. And the Roosters, they are a force to be reckoned with again in NRLW, the defending premiers. Too strong for the Brisbane Broncos this afternoon by 20. The Roosters, 28, have defeated the Broncos 8.